Ever wondered how some people seem to turn their biggest obstacles into their greatest victories? Take a moment and let's travel back in time. Enter the world of the legendary inventor Thomas Edison. Aged 67 and at the peak of his career, he faced a catastrophe that would have crushed many. His factory, an architectural marvel filled with $1 million worth of equipment, and more importantly the records of his life's work, was engulfed in flames. Witnessing this inferno, Edison's son Charles found his father calmly watching the fire, his face glowing in the reflection of the flames. He turned to his son and said, "Go get your mother and all her friends. They'll never see a fire like this again." Imagine the shock on Charles's face. Here was his father, watching his life's work turn to ash. Yet he found the spectacle fascinating, even beautiful. But how could he react this way? The answer lies in perspective. Edison didn't see the fire as a disaster. He saw it as an opportunity. He saw it as a chance to rebuild, to start anew, to innovate once again. He didn't wallow in sorrow or self-pity. Instead, he told a New York Times reporter the next day, "Although I am over 67 years old, I'll start all over again tomorrow." And indeed, he did. Despite a loss of nearly $1 million, which wasn't covered by insurance, Edison pushed forward. Within just 3 weeks, the factory was partially back up and running. And within a year, his company had made a record-breaking $10 million. Edison's story teaches us a profound lesson. It's not the challenges we face that define us, but how we react to them. It's our perspective that shapes our reality, that turns our losses into lessons, our trials into triumphs. So when everything in life seems to be against you, remember that the airplane takes off against the wind, not with it. Scene script. Have you ever felt like giving up when faced with a difficult situation? Imagine a young man born into poverty in a log cabin. This man, Abraham Lincoln, would grow up to become one of the most influential figures in history. But his journey was far from straightforward. In his youth, Lincoln had a passion for learning, but his circumstances did not allow for formal education. Yet he didn't let this stop him. Instead, he took it upon himself to read, write, and learn as much as he could, with an unyielding determination that would become his trademark. As he grew older, Lincoln faced failure after failure. He failed in business, he lost numerous elections, he suffered a nervous breakdown. To many, these setbacks might have been seen as signs to give up, to accept defeat. But Lincoln, he saw them as stepping stones, as opportunities to learn, to grow, to become stronger. He remained determined, not allowing these failures to dampen his spirit or to quell his ambition. He continued to push forward, to strive for more, and eventually his perseverance paid off. In 1860, Lincoln was elected as the 16th President of the United States, a testament to his unwavering determination and resilience. But what can we glean from Lincoln's story? It's simple, really. Determination is the core strength that can turn failure into success. It's the force that propels us forward, even when the odds are stacked against us. It's the power that allows us to transform our dreams into reality. So remember, when you find yourself faced with adversity, when you feel like the world is against you, channel your inner Lincoln. Harness the strength of determination. Embrace failure as a part of your journey, not as the end of it. The difference between a successful person and others is not a lack of strength, not a lack of knowledge, but rather a lack in will. Let your determination be your guide, and success will inevitably follow. Do you believe that small steps can lead to big changes? Let's journey to the heart of China, to a small seed buried deep within the earth. This is the seed of the Chinese bamboo tree, a remarkable plant that teaches us a profound lesson about consistency. Imagine yourself as a gardener, tending to this seed. You water it, you nurture it, you give it sunlight, but after a whole year there's no sign of life, no sprout, no greenery, nothing. But you don't give up. You continue with your routine day in, day out for another year, then another and another. Still, nothing happens. Then comes the 5th year and something miraculous occurs. The ground breaks and a tiny shoot appears. But this is just the beginning. Within 6 weeks, the bamboo tree grows over 90 feet tall. It's mind-boggling, isn't it? But the question is, did the bamboo tree grow 90 feet in 6 weeks, or did it grow in 5 years? The answer is clear. It took 5 years. 5 years of consistent, dedicated care, even when there was no visible sign of progress. The bamboo tree was growing underground, developing a root system strong enough to support its potential for outward growth in the 5th year and beyond. Had the tree not developed a strong, unseen foundation, it could not have sustained its life as it grew. So, what's the lesson here? It's simple. Consistency is key. Just like the Chinese bamboo tree, our dreams and goals may take time to materialize. We may not see immediate results, but that doesn't mean we are not making progress. We are building strong foundations, gaining skills, knowledge, and resilience. And when the time is right, when our foundation is strong enough, we will shoot up, reaching heights we never thought possible. Success is neither magical nor mysterious. Success is the natural consequence of consistently applying the basic fundamentals. Remember, it's the small steps taken consistently that lead to significant changes. Keep watering your bamboo tree. Have you ever doubted your abilities? Let's take a stroll down memory lane to the year 1954. Picture a young man named Roger Bannister, an athlete who was just as ordinary as you and me. But there was something extraordinary about him, something that set him apart from the rest. It was his unshakable self-belief. At that time, the world was convinced that running a mile in under 4 minutes was a human impossibility, a feat too great to be achieved. The naysayers were many and the believers were few, but amongst those few was Roger Bannister, a man who dared to challenge the status quo. Bannister believed in himself, in the strength of his legs, the beat of his heart, and the power of his spirit. He believed not in the impossibility of the task, but in his ability to make the impossible possible. He didn't just listen to the whispers of self-belief, he let them roar, and so he ran. Step by step, breath by breath, he ran towards his goal. He ran not just against the clock, but against the world's disbelief. And when he crossed the finish line, he didn't just break a record, he shattered a myth. He ran a mile in under 4 minutes. The world was stunned. The impossible had been made possible. The unachievable had been achieved. But Roger Bannister? He wasn't surprised, because he had believed in himself when no one else did. He had believed in his ability to overcome, to transcend, to prevail. This is the power of self-belief. It's not just about believing that you can do something. It's about knowing that you can. It's about recognizing that within you lies an indomitable spirit, a force of nature that cannot be stopped by any obstacle. Believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there is something inside you that is greater than any obstacle. Because when you believe in yourself, the impossible becomes possible, the unachievable becomes achievable, and the world becomes your playground. So believe, just believe. Do you know what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who don't? It's a quality that often goes unnoticed, yet it has the power to turn dreams into reality. It's a trait that is as vital as courage, as essential as determination. This quality is persistence. Let me share a story to illustrate this point. It's about a woman named Joanne Rowling, better known to the world as J.K. Rowling. Yes, the very same J.K. Rowling who penned the magical world of Harry Potter. Before she became a household name, Rowling was a struggling author, living on state benefits. She wrote in cafes while her baby daughter slept beside her. When her manuscript was finally ready, she sent it to multiple publishers, only to be met with rejection. Not once, not twice, but a staggering 12 times. Most of us would have given up after the first few rejections. It's only natural to feel disheartened, to believe that perhaps our dreams are just that, dreams. But Rowling didn't. She persisted. She continued to believe in her story and the characters she had lovingly created. She continued to send her manuscript out, undeterred by the mounting rejections, and then, on the 13th attempt, a small publishing house called Bloomsbury decided to give her a chance. The rest, as they say, is history. So, what can we learn from this? It's simple. Persistence pays off. Dreams don't come true overnight. They require hard work, belief, and most importantly, an unwavering commitment to keep going, no matter what. Remember, it's not about how many times you fall, it's about how many times you get back up. It's about having the courage to face rejection, to face failure and say, I will try again. Persistence is the key. The person who doesn't give up is the person who will eventually succeed.